Hello guys, this is the 2023 Hyundai Elantra N-Line. It is finished in scarlet gray. Today I'm going to be taking it on a POV test drive. There is 4 trims you could choose from on the Elantra. There is the SE, SEL Limited, and then this N-Line. But the Elantra has so many models. So there's the hybrid model, and then there is the fully sporty Elantra N, but this one is the N-Line. So if you guys need something that is not very sporty, then go with this N-Line. I personally have the Elantra N and I love that thing. And I do own a 2023 Elantra SEL. Beautiful cars, and I think Hyundai did a great job with the design, with the way how those cars drive. But let's go ahead and take this N-Line on a POV test drive and see how it does. Alright, so here's the interior of this 2023 Hyundai Elantra N-Line. As I said, the N-Line is the sportier Elantra, but it's not the sportiest Elantra you could buy. There is the Hyundai Elantra N, which looks amazing, drives amazing, has adjustable exhaust valves. You could customize the engine, transmission. It does have the 7-speed wet dual clutch transmission. This one only has the 7-speed dual clutch transmission, and you could adjust the suspension in the N. So there's so many adjustments and customization in the N. This one doesn't have any of that, but it does look very nice from the inside. And by the way, the Elantra N has the bucket seats. This one has the normal, not really the normal, because they are a little bit different than the normal Elantras, but they are unique to the N-Line. And yeah, overall the interior looks good. The price on this one is $28,000 with destination. I personally went with the Elantra N because it is more sporty than this one. This one competes against the Honda Civic Si. The Elantra N competes against with the Honda Civic Type R. But let's go ahead and take this Elantra N-Line on a test drive and see how it does. Backup camera resolution is right. And by the way guys, this thing actually sounds decent. It does have a 1.6 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, but it does have a little bit of pops and crackles while idling. I'm not sure if it has it while driving, but we'll see how this Elantra N-Line will do. Alright, so driving this Elantra N-Line, definitely the suspension is stiff. It does feel nice and sporty. I love the way how the steering wheel feels, and just overall the acceleration, the transmission. The transmission is a little bit jerky, but that's completely fine because it is a 7-speed DCT transmission. This thing is nice and light, responsive. So we're gonna take this Elantra N-Line on the highway and we'll see how it does. I'll talk about the power and the engine when I have on the highway. A little bit of sound from the exhaust, like almost that pops and crackle. Engine is very loud, but I'm pretty sure that there is pumped-in audio in this Elantra. Steering wheel is a little bit light in sport mode. I really wish it had a little bit more weight. The Elantra N has a very heavy steering wheel, but the suspension is very, very good. And this thing actually pulls nice, responsive. This 7-speed dual clutch transmission is actually quick. right, so let's go ahead and put this Elantra in smart mode. There is 3 modes you could choose from. There is normal, sport, and smart. On the highway, this thing is nice and smooth, but there is a good amount of road noise, and I think that's fine. This is an Elantra, and I expected it to be this loud. But the Elantra SEL that I own is actually quieter, and I think the only reason is because of the tires. This one has bigger rims. I think it has 18 inches rims if I'm not mistaken, but the Elantra SEL that I own has 17-inch rims, or 16, I can't remember, but there's a ton of rubber on the Elantra SEL I have, and it is quieter on the highway. Very smooth. Steering wheel is wrapped in leather. There's a ton of red stitching. But let's go ahead and talk about this 1.6 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. So this engine produces 201 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. And this 7-speed automatic transmission is nice and quick, manual mode or automatic mode. And this 7-speed dual clutch transmission is nice and responsive. If you leave it in automatic mode or manual mode, it is nice and responsive. When I did the first acceleration before I hopped on the highway, the way how this car accelerated, it was very weak at first, and then it pushed me back to the sea. But I like the way how it delivers the power, because if there is so much power down low, there's going to be a ton of wheel spin, and that's something that I really don't like about my Elantra N. But this thing, the way how it delivers the power, it's very, very good. Paddle shifters feel nice and solid. Same paddle shifters as my Elantra N. I love the 10.25-inch screens. When you change the drive mode, the gauge changes. Does it very nice and smooth, and the way how the gauge changes actually is better than the Palisade I drove yesterday, which was like 50,000. So the graphics in the Elantra is very, very good. Brightness control, lane keeping assist, and traction control. It does have steering assist on the steering wheel, and I love the red stitching. Front, all the windows, only the driver window is automatic up and down. The other windows are not automatic up and down. I really wish the front 2 windows were automatic up and down for 28,000. Steering wheel looks amazing. I love the N badge in the bottom, even though it's not the fully N. I can't remember, but I think my Elantra N has silver paddle shifters. This one has black, which I prefer more. As you guys see, it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. They're not wireless, which is completely fine. I'm not a big fan of wireless CarPlay. Paddle shifters are nice and big, as I said. Oh yeah, I definitely was able to hear the little bit of pops and crackles from the exhaust. Of course, not good as the N. Climate controls are very easy to use. Dual climate control with heated seats, 3 stages of heated seats, 2 USBs right here, 1 12-volt. There's a wireless phone charger, which is nice. This Elantra N line weighs 3,000 pounds. This thing is very, very light. I love the placement of the drive mode. Nice, cool, something different. Let's go ahead and do another acceleration right here. Traction control cuts so much power. That was about, I would say, 2 seconds. Not a big fan of that. But of course, you could always turn off the traction control if you want to. This transmission is seriously quick. For a car that is 28,000, transmission is amazing. Suspension setup is nice, stiff, but at the same time it's nice and comfortable. Handling is definitely good. Again guys, I love all the red stitching, red trims, everything just looks very good. The seats are nice and comfortable. Seeing out of this car is perfect. There is a standard size sunroof, halogen lights, which is fine. It does have the nice safety features. It doesn't have adaptive cruise control. The only two Elantras that have the adaptive cruise control are the SEL with the convenience package and the Limited. I really wish this one had it, because this one is a little bit more expensive than the Limited, and I really wish the Elantra N had it. But yeah, definitely the suspension is on the stiffer side, which is completely fine. This is a sportier Elantra. It does have all the nice safety features: blind spot monitoring system, cruise control, lane keeping assist, rear cross traffic, but the only thing it's missing is adaptive cruise control. And I really wish that Hyundai just makes adaptive cruise control standard on all of the Elantras. Screens look good, nice high resolution, and the interior is nice and simple, not a lot of buttons. Everything looks good. Everything has a really nice look to it. The feel is good. Fit and finish is perfect. There's a good amount of plastic, but I think that's fine. This is actually not plastic, but there is a decent amount of plastic. This right here is a little bit on the soft, a little bit, it's hard, but it does have a little bit of softness. It is textured plastic. But yeah, overall, this thing drives good, smooth. Doing 60 miles per hour. It's nice and quiet in here. But again, guys, a little bit of road noise. Hyundai system is nice and smooth. I really love the way how the apps look like. Very nice, smooth touch screen. Seeing out of the back is good. Mirrors are nice and big. And yeah, the seating position is perfect. By the way, those seats are automatic. In the N, they are manual, but I think that's completely fine. So, steering assist is active, lane keeping assist is active, and the car is driving by itself. As I said, the only thing is missing is the adaptive cruise control. I really wish they just make adaptive cruise control standard on all the Elantras. The Honda Civic has adaptive cruise control standard on all of them, on the base trim, the highest trim. Let's go ahead and test the brakes here. Brakes are definitely good, but the brake pedal has a little bit of hardness to it. It's a little bit hard. I wish it was a little bit soft, but definitely the brakes are very nice and confident, solid. A little bit of wheel torque, but steering wheel is nice and direct. But again, guys, I really wish that the steering was a little bit heavy in sport mode. Transmission sometimes is a little bit slow to respond, but most of the time it is nice and quick. It does have manual mode, which is nice. Definitely the transmission is nice, responsive. Oh yeah, brakes are very, very good. Good amount of plastic. As I said, the armrest is a little bit soft. 2 cup holders. Inside there is a decent amount of storage place. Seats look very nice. I love that textured plastic. Here is the engine start stop. Wireless phone charger, 2 USBs and 12 volt. Traction system is just very aggressive in this Elantra. It It's the same way with the Palisade. I really wish that Hyundai made the traction control less aggressive in this Elantra. A little bit of wheel spin would have been nice. Let's go ahead and do a turning radius here and see how good the turning radius is. Definitely good, and that's expected from a compact sedan, and the steering wheel is extremely light. By the way, there is a standard size sunroof. You could open it and you could tilt it. Halogen lights. Let's go ahead and do an acceleration here. I'm not going to turn off the traction control because I know I'm going to get a ton of wheel spin here on this turn. So we'll see how this traction control will do this time. Again, guys, I love the paddle shifters. Seating position is perfect. Seeing out this car is good. A lot of headroom, a lot of leg room, and I am very, very comfortable in those seats. Those seats are a little bit more aggressive, but they are nice and comfortable. I love those two screens, and interior looks amazing. The outside just looks so nice and sharp, very sporty. I love the rims, and I just love the lines on the side of this car. Seriously amazing. I think Hyundai did a great job with the design, the back, the front. I love the gloss black in the front. It just looks amazing, and this car definitely looks very sporty. Traction control kicked in for a tiny bit. The inner wheel was spinning. Doesn't have limited slip differential like the Elantra, but overall this car drives good, nice, responsive, quick. I really like this 7-speed dual clutch transmission. The shifter looks very good. And for the MPGs are actually very good in this Elantra and line. 28 in the city, 36 highway, and 31 combined. So very efficient, very comfortable. Suspension could be a little bit more comfortable, but this is the sportier Elantra. If you need something that is more comfortable, then go with the SEL, SE, or the Limited. And you could actually get hybrids, which is pretty cool. So there is normal gas engines, there is the hybrids, and then there is the Elantra N. So good amount of options and choices you could choose on the Elantra. Such a beautiful car. Heated seats, as I said, 3 stages, automatic dual climate control. Those buttons right here for the screen, and back seats are nice and spacious, comfortable seats overall. Good amount of storage places, 2 cup holders. I love this small cup holder they add, or they put in the Elantras. There's a button right here that will turn on the backup camera to see who's behind you, but I think over 3 or 5 miles per hour it does turn off by itself. Again, guys, I really wish that it had adaptive cruise control. For the price point, I think they should have just included it. And sometimes I find the suspension to be a little bit stiff. I get it, this is the sportier Elantra, but I really wish that the suspension was a little bit better. Like in the Civic SI, the suspension is very nice and comfortable, but at the same time the Civic handles very good. This thing handles good, but I really wish it was a little bit more comfortable. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this POV test drive of this 2023 Hyundai Elantra and line. If you guys are around, if you guys are interested, make sure to come and see Sam here at Key Hyundai of Milford. And if you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this, please like and subscribe because it does help a lot. And as always, I'll see you next time.